The night before my brother's wedding, the bride died, a violent death. Aaron thought a paper effigy groom to marry her posthumously and bury alongside would be enough. But on the day of the funeral, everything went wrong. First, the coffin wouldn't close. Then, during the burial, hundreds of rats swarmed in, gnawing at the coffin. The bride had been killed in a car crash on her way to the wedding rehearsal, her blood soaking her white gown. Everyone knew that a joyous occasion tainted by death would curse 3 generations. Add to that a violent death and a red shroud curse, it would take unimaginable misfortune to bring all 3 together. The 2 families started hurling blame, accusing each other of lacking morals. Neither side agreed to let her be buried in their ancestral grave. Her family insisted she became ours once the engagement was set. My mom argued she didn't count as family since the wedding was never held. With no one claiming her, the plan was to leave her in a pauper's grave. But Aaron, the village exorcist, warned us. A violently slain spirit wrapped in a blood-soaked wedding dress would bring doom unless properly dealt with. The bride's family walked away smugly. My mom collapsed to her knees before Aaron, crying, "Dear God, what sin have we committed? Uncle Aaron, please, you have to save us." Aaron said, "The living wedding didn't happen, but a ghost marriage must take its place. She needs closure, and a proper, grand burial might ease her resentment." My mom asked how a ghost wedding even worked. Aaron replied, "It's simple. We make a paper figure of Tony, have them wed in front of her photo, then bury them together. Tony is my brother." My mom finally let out a long sigh of relief. The paper figure Aaron made looked almost identical to my brother, except it had no pupils. Aaron warned, "Never dot the I's on a paper man. Doing so traps a soul. Once buried, the real one dies within 3 days." Only then did I realize why my brother was hiding inside, too scared to come out for the ritual. My mom forced me to take his place. I refused, so she smacked my head over and over. "What's the point of raising you, huh?" Aaron quickly shielded me, gently saying, "Don't worry, you've got me here." Looking at his calm smile, I felt a little steadier. I held up my brother's paper stand-in, and Aaron carried the bride's photo. That's how the wedding ceremony went through. Nothing strange happened after that. Everything seemed fine. But on the 7th day, when we were to seal the coffin, it refused to close. It was a custom-made, dragon-carved, double-wide coffin. Aaron had chosen the grave with a 5-ghost curse breaking formation. Once sealed and buried, the bride's spirit would be trapped there forever. That was how our family could be safe again. According to tradition, during sealing, we must call the dead's name so they avoid the nails. Tyler, dodge the nails. Gavin, dodge the nails. It's believed the nails could injure the soul. But Aaron was strict. No one was allowed to speak. He had 4 men quietly step to the corners, take out long iron nails dipped in Black Dog's blood, and start hammering. Strangely, the nails just wouldn't go in. Everyone was spooked, goosebumps popping all over. Even Aaron had never seen this before. He circled the coffin twice and shouted, "Anyone born in the year of the rooster, step forward." No one moved. Suddenly, my mom tugged me. "Aren't you born in the year of the rooster?" I was completely frozen, but instinctively replied. "Oh yeah," Aaron said. "Adam, take a nail. Stand at the head of the coffin. Hammer it dead center to break the phoenix head curse." "Hurry." I hesitated, but my mom shoved me forward and screamed at the bride inside. "You vindictive bitch! It wasn't our family that killed you! Why won't you let go?" "Adam Anderson, smash her for me." What shocked me was hearing my mom shout my full name at that moment. And then she shouted it again, louder. "Adam Anderson! Do it!" Swept up by her rage, I smashed the nail down hard, but it didn't go in. Instead, from inside the house, my brother let out a blood-curdling scream. We rushed in to find him writhing on the floor, clutching his head like the nail had driven into his skull. My mom turned pale. Erin panicked. Shit, she realized the groom's a fake. She's coming to take Tony with her. My mom dropped to her knees, begging. I knelt too. Erin thought hard and said the only way left was to dot the paperman's eyes, make the bride accept it as her true groom. But everyone knew that would mean Tony wouldn't live past 3 days. Still, Erin warned, if we didn't bury her properly on time, the vengeful ghost would curse the whole village. People turned on us, blaming our family. My mom clung to my brother, refusing to let go. My brother cursed. What fucking luck did I draw? So many girls I could have married, and I picked a damned cursed ghost bride. Erin looked at my brother and sighed. Then he turned to me and asked, Adam, weren't you born on the first day of the lunar year? I nodded. What time? 5:30 in the evening. Erin's eyes lit up. Perfect rooster year, New Year's Day, you hour, pure yang energy. Use your fingertip blood to dot the eyes. It might save your brother's life. I hesitated, but my brother kicked me, yelling, Hurry the hell up, you want me dead? I quickly pricked my finger and dabbed both eyes on the paperman. It worked. The coffin sealed properly, and everyone breathed easier. The grave pit had been dug ahead of time. Erin set up a line formation using chalk and scattered talisman lime. Following his instructions, we lowered the coffin into the grave. Just as we were about to cover it with soil, the ground around it started to shift on its own. People instinctively stepped back. Then came the crunching. Hundreds of rats burst from the cracked dirt and swarmed the coffin, chewing frantically. The sight made everyone's scalp crawl. Erin frowned. 100 rats gnaw the coffin. This'll destroy the 9 dragons, weaken the 5 ghosts. She's trying to escape. Then he pulled out 5 paper figures from his pocket, handing them to me and the 4 men who'd sealed the coffin. We took our positions again. Erin reached into his bag and pulled out a leather pouch, releasing 9 small green snakes onto the coffin lid. This is the 9 dragon bind to trap the spirit. The 5 ghosts will block her path. The snakes flicked their tongues, facing off against the swarming rats. Suddenly, the rats pounced and devoured the snakes in seconds. Everyone stepped back again in horror. Erin's face twitched, his voice full of suppressed rage. If that's how it is, don't blame me for going all in. He grabbed a bucket of lime and yelled, Now! Water! People rushed to pour freshly drawn well water onto the lime. The rats screeched in agony, burning in clouds of steam. What was strange, they didn't try to run. Not a single one escaped. They all chose to burn to death. A strange sadness rose in my chest. The coffin had been chewed down nearly an inch. Erin sighed. Once it's down, it can't be moved. Just bury it like this. Girl, don't blame me for being cruel, blame fate. Before we left, Erin sternly warned everyone, don't look back, walk straight home in one breath. But I had to stay and keep watch until everyone else was home. Since I used my blood to awaken the paperman's eyes, the ghost could follow me by sight. I was scared, but my mom cursed at me. You little bastard. Just do what you're told. You want to kill me and your brother. Is that it? I had no choice but to stay. The sun was setting, and no one came to tell me I could leave. As I wavered, an old beggar appeared, saying he was starving, and asked for some offerings to eat. He looked pitiful, so I gave him a bunch. After he ate and drank, he wiped his mouth, smiled kindly, and said, Kid, you've got a good heart, so I've decided to save your life. I was stunned. The beggar stood up, looked at the grave, and asked, This setup? Is it the 5 ghost curse breaking formation? I nodded. He chuckled. It's actually a 5-ghost curse magnifying formation. It'll only build more resentment. It can't dispel it. My mind spun. He continued. You sealed the coffin without nailing. Used fingertip blood to awaken the eyes. Saw rats gnawing the coffin and had the 5 ghosts block the path, didn't you? I shot to my feet in alarm. He pressed on. You were the one who did the ghost wedding, right? My jaw dropped. Who the hell are you? How do you know all this? The beggar said, Kid, this kind of cursed wedding setup? I've seen it all before. I asked, Then why am I the one who's going to die? He said, Because the paperman wasn't the substitute you were. My mind went blank. He added, Oh, by the way, did you take part in sealing the coffin? Yeah. Did anyone call your full name when you nailed it? My mom did. Then you're screwed. No name called, no soul debt. But calling your full name? That seals your fate. You'll die by midnight. But that's my mom. She wanted you to die in your brother's place. I dropped to my knees and begged, Please, sir, save me. The beggar thought for a moment, then pulled a red string from his pocket. Tie this around your ankle. When the time comes, put your shoes on backward and run northwest. The faster they chase, the farther they'll fall behind. I asked, Why not just run away now and never go home? He replied, If you don't go home, the ghost will kill you. If you do, you might survive. How? Just do the opposite of everything they say. When I got home, it was pitch dark. My mom rushed over looking worried. You scared me to death? I thought something happened to you. I thought to myself, was my mom cursing me for not dying at the graveyard? Did she actually expect someone to come fetch me back? Aaron saw me return and pulled me inside. Come with me, quick. I was confused why the mourning hall was still there, until I looked up and saw the photo on the altar. I froze. It was my photo. Below it stood a paper coffin, and inside lay my paper effigy. I grabbed Aaron. Aaron, what the hell are you people doing? I've already given enough. Do you really want me dead? Aaron replied, Silly kid, don't be rash. We're trying to save you. But hearing it backward, that meant, stupid. Aaron did all this to make sure you die. He went on, Everyone else in the family is safe now, only you're still in danger. The ghost's after you. That's why we made a paper figure for you, to stage a fake funeral. Once we burn it, she'll think you're dead and stop chasing you. All that's left is for you to dot the I's on your paper effigy. Read in reverse. That meant, the family isn't truly safe yet. You need to sacrifice more. Use your fingertip blood to trap your 3 souls, burn the coffin to destroy your 7 spirits, and by midnight the ghost bride will come marry you. Come morning, your real body gets buried. Realizing that, I snapped. I kicked the coffin over and smashed the altar. My brother appeared out of nowhere and started beating the hell out of me. My mom joined in, yelling how ungrateful I was. Aaron roared at my brother to let me go, then grabbed me himself. I could feel Aaron shaking all over. Tell me right now, did you meet someone? The atmosphere scared the breath out of me. Aaron shouted, Speak. If this is a ghost backlash, we're all screwed. That sobered me up a bit. I told him about the old beggar I had met. Aaron slapped his thigh and collapsed to the floor, crying out, It's over! We're finished! Completely finished! I stood there stunned. Aaron snapped, Are you brainless? What kind of beggar would ask for food at a graveyard? My face went blank. Then who was he? Aaron said, He was obviously someone with a grudge against your family. If I'm right, he's already ruined my formation and dug up the grave to release the ghost. Tony's not making it through tonight. My mom clutched my brother, wailing, Oh, my son, what do we do now? My brother shoved her aside and charged at me, throwing punches. It's All your damn fault. You're killing me. All your fault. I'll beat you to death. I didn't dare fight back. I dodged one blow and his fist slammed into a bamboo pole from the paper altar. It snapped and cut his hand, blood pouring out. Seeing him bleed, my mom grabbed the stick and kept hitting me. You hurt your brother? I'll beat you to death. I swear I will. Aaron stepped in quickly. Enough. That's enough. What are you two doing? This isn't Adam's fault. My mom turned to him sobbing. Uncle Aaron, please save Tony. He can't die. In that moment, my heart went ice cold. Am I not your son too? Does that mean I deserve to die? Aaron said, no one here is going to die. My mom shot back. This damn kid smashed the altar and ruined everything. He stirred up the wrong kind of thing. We're all gonna die tonight. Aaron looked around at the wreckage, then at the crushed paper effigy on the floor. It's okay. First, let's survive tonight. He patched the figure up and handed it back to me. Aaron said, now, go ahead and dot the I's on your paper double. I blurted out. Aaron, I realized how badly I wanted someone to lean on. Aaron patted my head. Adam, don't be afraid. Only you can save your brother, and only this paper man can save you. None of us can die. We've all got to make it out of this. Understand? I thought for a moment, then nodded. Yeah. I bit my finger and dotted the I's on my effigy. Aaron inspected it and set it aside. Then he turned to me. Give me the red string that beggar gave you. I hesitated. Aaron said, silly boy. Haven't figured it out yet? That red string marks your location. The ghost uses your eyes to find the way. That's what she's following. I panicked and yanked the red string off my ankle. Aaron took it and burned it over a candle flame. Let's hope we're not too late. I looked at Aaron, guilt written all over my face. Aaron, I'm sorry. I really messed up. Aaron pulled me into a hug and reassured me. It's okay. I'm here. You don't need to be afraid of anything. He tucked the paper man into my bed, covered it with a quilt, and burned 3 sticks of incense at the headboard. Then he told me, that ghost used your eyes to find her way home. If she really comes, she'll look for you first. I asked, look for me for what? Aaron replied, to ask where your brother is. I said, don't worry, Aaron. I won't tell her. Aaron shook his head. No, you have to. I'll set a trap in Tony's room. When she steps in, I'll bind her soul. I said, got it. Aaron added, but there's one more thing. It's crucial to your safety. I straightened up. Tell me, Aaron. Aaron said, when a wandering soul speaks, it borrows auspicious words. You have to go along with whatever it says. If you don't, it'll hate you and cling to you forever. I asked, what does borrow auspicious words mean? Aaron said, she'll ask you impossible questions, and you must say yes. Like, can an ant swallow an elephant? I thought for a second. Yes. Aaron nodded. Can an iron nail thread a needle? Yes, Aaron said. Exactly. That's what I mean. Burn that into your brain. I nodded. Understood. Then Aaron had me lie under the bed, mimicking the position of the paper effigy. He said that if something went wrong, the ghost would mistake the paper man for me. Then he shut the door. The room went dead silent. I could hear my own breathing, my forehead dripping sweat. Suddenly, the beggar's words echoed in my mind. Flip their words and you'll find a way to live. They'd said so many things I couldn't recall all of them in reverse. But I remembered the part about auspicious questions most clearly. I didn't know who was out to get me. I'd just have to go with my gut. Live or die, it was up to fate. I don't know how much time passed. Rustling noises began outside, like a horde of rats crawling around. I started shaking. Then bang, 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 someone knocked on the door. I jolted. A woman's voice followed. It sounded like my sister-in-law, but not quite. I'd only met her 2 or 3 times and barely talked. The woman called, "Adam." I trembled and answered. "Yeah?" she asked. "Can chopsticks poke through the sky?" My mind went blank. Instinctively, I blurted, "No." The moment I said it, the door burst open. A giant hand yanked me out from under the bed, and then I got beaten up by my brother. He punched me while shouting, "I knew you'd go and answer wrong. I knew you'd try to screw me over. I'll beat you to death." My mom chimed in from the side. "Thank God we tested him. Otherwise, something terrible would have happened. Tony, beat him harder." My face was covered in blood. My brother grabbed my collar and warned, "Listen up, you little shit. If you mess up again, the second Aaron finishes off the ghost, I'll be the first to kill you. Got it?" I nodded. "Got it." Aaron sighed beside me. "Adam, are you still thinking about what that beggar told you? Think about it. Didn't you grow up under Grandpa Aaron's care? Didn't he treat you well?" I nodded. "He did." Aaron said, "Then why would you believe some random beggar you met once? If you keep being this stupid, the whole family will die. The whole village will suffer because of you. Understand?" His words actually calmed me down. Years ago, Aaron's wife and kid, my second grandma and uncle, died in an accident. He never remarried. He's always treated me like his own grandson. No one in the world has been kinder to me. I quickly said, "Aaron, I know I was wrong." My brother grabbed me and shoved me back under the bed. Before leaving, he punched me a few more times for good measure. Bang, the door slammed shut. The silence returned. I could hear my heartbeat loud in my ears, panic rising inside. I couldn't think clearly anymore. Bang, 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 another knock. I flinched. Every ounce of awareness focused on the door. A woman's voice came again. "Adam," I instinctively answered. "Yeah?" she asked. "Can a living soul ask for directions?" I froze. That sounded exactly like something a ghost would say. My throat tightened. I stammered, "Yes." She asked, "Can a paperman be awakened?" I instinctively answered, "Yes," and instantly regretted it. My vision began to blur. Then came another question. "Can a paperman summon a soul?" The voice felt like it was drilling into my skull. My mind went blank. I couldn't help but answer, "Yes." The moment I did, I felt my soul being violently yanked from my body, dragged downward into an endless darkness. I had no control. And then the woman's voice echoed again in the void. "Can Adam see the lantern?" I still couldn't control myself and said, "Yes." Then a ball of ghostly fire floated up before my eyes, luring me forward until I entered a thick mist. The woman's voice came again, even more distant and hollow. "Can a little ghost guide the way?" I instinctively answered, "Yes," and followed the ghost fire deeper into the fog. Finally, I saw a paperman standing directly ahead. It was my paper effigy. Its eyes glowed red and flickered. The woman's voice came again. "Can a paperman be a substitute?" I answered involuntarily, "Yes." As soon as the word left my mouth, a force yanked me into the paperman. With a loud thud, I knocked it over and snapped out of the trance. Just then, the woman's voice suddenly became my mom's. "What's going on?" Then my brother's voice followed. "Shit, there's something wrong with the blood on the eyes." That's when it all clicked. They really had planned to use me as a body double for my brother. Luckily, when I bit my finger to dot the eyes, I'd used my middle finger, not the bleeding forefinger. I'd secretly dipped my middle finger into the blood my brother left on the bamboo pole. I shouted, "Mom, my own mom." I'm your son too. Why are you doing this to me? I don't understand. My mom said, then stop trying to understand. That voice suddenly came right beside me. I turned, stunned. Wasn't that Aaron's wife and son? My second grandma and uncle? I blurted, Grandma? Uncle Aaron? What are you doing here? My Uncle Aaron snarled. Who the hell are you calling uncle? Grandma added, You little bastard. You're not getting away today. They lunged to grab me. I turned and ran, but I clearly couldn't outrun them. In that desperate moment, I pulled the red string from my pocket, the one the beggar gave me, knelt down and tied it around my ankle. Just as they were about to catch me, I flipped my shoes backward and took a step forward. Instantly, they were blasted back 100 meters. Grandma shrieked, You little shit. You really are something, daring to fool me with a fake red string. You'll die. A horrible death. I kept running and running until they vanished without a trace. Gasping for breath, I felt relief. Thank God I didn't fully trust Aaron. But I still couldn't figure out how Grandma and Uncle suddenly appeared here. In the mist, I couldn't tell which direction was northwest, like the beggar said, so I wandered ahead in confusion. After a while, I saw a house up ahead. Getting closer, I realized it was a paper shrine dedicated to the earth god. In the center of the hall, the old beggar was lying on the ground, barely breathing. I rushed over and helped him up. Sir, what happened to you? The old beggar said. Aaron ambushed me. I'm old, I'm no use anymore. I helped him sit and asked, Sir, who are you really? He replied, I'm just a beggar who tends to this earth shrine. Nothing more. After staying here long enough, I became a little spiritually sensitive. I can see certain things, but I have no power to change them. I asked, Then what exactly is going on? What's Aaron really trying to do? The beggar said, Haven't you figured it out yet? Your mom and your brother, what's living in them, are actually your second grandma and your uncle's souls. My brain blanked out. What? He continued. Your mom and brother died a long time ago. What you see now are just the bodies, possessed by your grandma and uncle. That's why they've been beating you, trying to kill you. My head exploded. No, that's impossible, the beggar said. After they died, Aaron used sorcery to let their souls parasitize your mom and brother's bodies. To keep you from noticing, they treated you well at first. And Aaron treated you well not out of kindness, but because your body was his future vessel. Now that he's old, he used your sister-in-law's death to lure your soul out with a paper man and claim your body to be reborn so the whole family could be reunited. My mind was in chaos. I couldn't believe any of it. The beggar went on. At first, I thought they only wanted to use you as a paper substitute. But the auspicious questions proved that they were using your responses to open a magic gate. That means they want your body, not just to escape a ghost. I never broke Aaron's spell. I never dug up your sister-in-law's grave. Still, I forced myself to stay calm. I couldn't act impulsively or trust anyone. Again. I asked, then why could they so easily replace my mom and brother's souls while I'm so hard to take over? The beggar coughed twice. Have you forgotten your birth date? Year of the rooster, lunar New Year's Day, you our pure yang energy, the rarest and most powerful kind of body. That's why they had to go through so much trouble. I begged him to teach me how to get revenge. But just then, 3 rooster crows echoed from the distance. The beggar said, You're in spirit form now. You have to hurry back or you'll never return. I asked again what I should do, but the beggar was already fading away. His final shout echoed, Go home, guard your real body. Seal your 7 orifices. Hold out till the 5th crow at dawn. It will all be resolved. Remember, your real body is under the bed. The beggar and the paper shrine vanished. I steadied myself and ran back, not home, but to my sister-in-law's grave. I had to see if her grave had actually been dug up. Turned out, it hadn't. Everything was untouched. The beggar hadn't lied, Aaron had. I took a deep breath and made up my mind. I'd dig up her grave and release her. Let the dead take their revenge. I knelt before the tomb and bowed 4 times. Sister-in-law, I know you died unjustly. Today I'll let you out. Take revenge if you must. Do as your heart desires. Then I found a stick nearby, broke it into a tool, and prepared to dig. In the darkness, I approached her grave and was stunned. Countless rat holes covered the mound. A formation of 100 rats invade the tomb. I used the loose soil to uncover the grave, only to find the coffin already chewed apart. The body was gone. Cold sweat drenched me. Suddenly, I heard squeaking behind me. I turned around fast. A rat, half a meter tall, crouched behind me. I stumbled back into the grave pit in terror, but the rat didn't attack. Instead, it gestured for me to follow. After a moment's thought, I climbed out and followed it. We arrived at the entrance of a dilapidated temple. Looking up, I saw the sign. Half-bodied Guanyin Temple. Half-bodied Guanyin? That name rang a bell. I thought hard, wasn't that the golden-nosed, white-furred rat spirit from Journey to the West? No wonder 100 rats chewed the coffin the day my sister-in-law was buried. She was protected by half-bodied Guanyin, but seeing the temple so run down broke my heart. Just then, I heard a woman crying inside. I rushed in. It was my sister-in-law, sobbing beneath the broken statue of half-bodied Guanyin. I hurried over and knelt. Sister-in-law, what are you doing here? She wiped her tears. When I was alive, I worshipped half-bodied Guanyin. That's why, after death, the 100 rats chewed the coffin and saved me. I escaped to this temple for refuge. If not, Aaron's 5 ghost curse formation would have trapped me forever with no chance of reincarnation. I looked up at the dust-covered, cobwebbed statue and bowed deeply. Thank you, half-bodied Guanyin, for protecting my sister-in-law. After bowing, I tried to convince her to come take revenge with me. With her rage-fueled aura, Aaron was no match. But she shook her head. She said half-bodied Guanyin had taught her to let go of hatred and focus on spiritual cultivation. If she stained her hands with blood, she'd become a wandering ghost forever. That's why she cried here every day. Then she told me she too had been killed by Aaron. On the surface, it looked like she was marrying my brother. But it was just a setup to kill her and bind me to a ghost marriage because her extreme yin birth was the perfect match to counter my pure yang energy. That way, Aaron could use the paper man to lure out my soul and take my body. Her story confirmed everything the beggar said. I couldn't deny it anymore. I'd spent my whole life living inside Aaron's carefully laid trap, and the ones I loved most were the very ones trying to kill me. I collapsed, bawling my eyes out. Then my sister-in-law said, "You can't fight them alone. I want to help." I wiped my tears. "But don't you have vows to uphold?" She said, "Do you remember? After I died, you and I held a ghost marriage. Technically, I'm your wife now." I blushed. "Sister-in-law, that's not something to joke about," she replied. "What I meant is my husband is in danger. Saving him shouldn't count as breaking my vows, right?" I looked at the Guanyin statue. Right. Then I looked back at her. "But if you really were my wife, I wouldn't let you break your vows. I can handle everything on my own." She was moved. "If only I'd met you earlier, maybe things wouldn't have turned out this way." I said, "I'm leaving now, sister-in-law." She stopped me. "Wait." I paused. She said, "I can't go with you, but I can send you help." As she spoke, 3 enormous rats appeared in the courtyard. I looked back at her and said, "Once this is over, I will rebuild this temple, restore the golden statue of half-bodied Guanyin, and invite a high monk to bless your spirit. You just focus on cultivating in peace." She nodded with tears in her eyes. The fourth rooster crow echoed, and a faint light crept over the distant sky. I arrived at the gate of my home. The house I had lived in for over a decade now looked terrifyingly sinister. I steadied my nerves. I climbed up the courtyard wall and looked inside. No one was there. All the lights in the house were out. I held my breath and jumped down from the wall, but as soon as my feet touched the ground, Aaron's chanting began to ring out. A sharp pain pierced my head. I rushed into the house, locked the door, braced it, and dove straight under the bed to guard my body. Panting heavily, I kept trying to calm myself. Seal the 7 orifices. Hold the line. Just 1 more hour. If I could protect my body, I might be able to turn the tables. Just because I never fought back when my brother hit me didn't mean I was weak. I respected him as my brother. But if it really came down to a fight, I was sure he couldn't beat me. As for my mom and Aaron, they were nothing. I shut my eyes, covered my ears, and left just a slit in my lips to breathe. My mind kept racing through revenge plans for after I woke up. Gradually, the chanting grew fainter, and I felt more at ease, until I faintly heard the 5th rooster crow. I peeked out from under the bed. Light was beginning to creep in. I knew it was time. I shot out from under the bed, grabbed the kitchen knife I'd hidden, flung open the door, and charged out. But in the courtyard, my mom and brother were casually washing their faces and brushing their teeth as if nothing had happened. There was no trace of mourning. Red paper cutouts and wedding decorations hung everywhere. My rage fizzled out instantly. My mom looked puzzled. "Adam, what are you doing? What's with the knife on a day like this?" My brother looked panicked, took 2 steps back, and grabbed a shovel to face off against me. My brother shouted, "Adam Anderson, are you insane? Put the knife down!" Their reaction stunned me. They didn't seem like the second grandma and Uncle Aaron who tried to kill me yesterday. I asked, "What's going on? Didn't someone die? Why are there wedding decorations everywhere?" My brother looked confused. "Die? Who died?" My mom said, "Are you out of your mind? Your brother just got married a few days ago. Today we're going to visit the bride's family. Hurry and get ready." I was even more confused. "Where's Aaron?" My mom said. "He's been drunk with joy the past 2 days, probably still asleep at home. Why do you need him?" I was in total chaos. What the hell was going on? Then I saw a foot sticking out from under a straw mat in the corner. I walked over and lifted it. There lay the old beggar's corpse. I snapped back to reality. I raised the knife again and confronted them. "Stop pretending. You killed the old beggar." Just then, Aaron's voice came from behind me. "All right, that's enough. Tony, come kneel before your grandfather." My brother shouted, "Grandpa!" And my mom cried, "Dad!" They rushed over. I turned and saw Aaron helping me out of the house, but it was me. Then who was I? I glanced at my reflection in the window and froze. I was a paper man! Aaron and the others helped me sit down. That version of me grinned and said, "Didn't I tell you? Reverse everything they say and you'll find the way to survive." That includes what I said too. My jaw dropped. "You were the old beggar? You were all in on it." So while my soul was out, Aaron used my blood to awaken the paper figure's eyes. Then he switched my body with the paper man. The beggar's reminder that my real body was under the bed was actually to manipulate my subconscious. My God, was I too naive, or was this world just utterly wicked? The 3 of them burst out laughing. The beggar said, "Your pure Yang New Year's Day body is too hard to take. If we didn't use this double-layered deception to confuse your mind, it'd be impossible to trap your soul in the paper, man." Aaron laughed too. "My body's still in good shape. I've got another 20 years in me, but my father's body, his last vessel, is too old. I raised you for 18 years just for this day. This cycle's vessel? So they've been body swapping for generations. I asked. You mean the real Aaron is dead, and you're just another stand-in? The beggar cackled. How many people in this world are actually real anymore? Ever wonder why betrayal always comes from those closest to you? Overwhelmed, I lunged to fight them. But my brother, no. My uncle lit a torch and hurled it at me. He sneered. Paper man burns, soul shatters. Thanks for the body, kid. He charged with a torch. I dodged and lured him toward a corner. Just as I bent low to avoid him, the 3 giant rats leapt out from behind me. One pounced on my brother. The other 2 attacked Aaron and my mom, biting viciously. The beggar, who hadn't yet fully synced with my body, sat frozen in the chair, screaming, My son! My grandson! In less than a minute, the 3 of them were dead. Then the rats surrounded the beggar. He glared at me. You think these rats will kill me or you? I looked at my own body, gritted my teeth, and said, Then we'll die together. At least I'll avenge my mom and brother. I was about to command the rats to attack when my sister-in-law suddenly appeared. She flew toward me, passing through my paper body. When she emerged, she held the beggar's soul in her hand. Then she slammed it onto the head of one rat and shouted, Can an ant swallow an elephant? Knowing that soul transfer required auspicious words, I yelled, Yes. She shouted again. Can an iron nail pierce a needle? I shouted. Yes. She shouted. Can chopsticks stab the sky? I screamed. Yes. At that moment, she pressed down hard. The beggar's soul entered the rat's body. It screeched and flailed, the 2 souls battling inside. The rat squeaked madly and dove into the outhouse pit. It never came back out. The sun was almost up. My sister-in-law ran to my side, urgent. Quick, use the auspicious words. Get your soul back into your body. Once the sun rises, it'll be too late. But I said, No. I want to give my body to you. Her eyes widened. I said, You broke the vow of no killing. You'll become a wandering ghost, but I can still reincarnate, she cried. You idiot. Do you know how rare a body like yours is? I said, But I don't want you to be punished for saving me. She said, If you revive now and find a high monk to bless me, I still have a chance to reincarnate. Otherwise, we both end badly. Please, listen. I couldn't argue. The sun was halfway up. She warned. Then we'll both be destroyed when the sun rises. Will that make you happy? She was emotional, tears brimming in her eyes. For the first time in my life, I saw such deep affection from a woman. And for the first time, I looked at someone the same way. I had no choice but to agree. I summoned all my courage and said, Can an ant swallow an elephant? She said, No. I was stunned. What do you mean? She burst into laughter. Nothing. I just wanted to know what it feels like to completely destroy someone. I asked, Why? She said, Because that's exactly what happened to me.